Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Ben Roethlisberger and the Baltimore Ravens versus Phillip Rivers and the Dallas Cowboys.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, look, some might say that football is a young man's fancy, so to speak, but don't tell that to these two quarterbacks because they come in here with a lot, and I mean a lot, of NFL experience.
Hey, I like the Young Turks. I like the Baker Mayfields. I like the Patrick Mahomes. I like the Lamar Jacksons. But I do like those grizzled veterans who know how to play the game, know how to run their team, and know how to handle difficult situations. Maybe I'm just showing my age, too.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by a man back from an elbow injury that sidelined him for the majority of 2019. At 38 years of age, it's Ben Roethlisberger.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big time game.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Snead's got it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That's good.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Mark Ingram, the ball carrier.
A look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 13 carries, 52 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Over first and 10.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a first and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Back at the 15-yard line.
Second and 20. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Complete to Michael Gallup. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and long for Rivers. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. A first down throw here for Rivers. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
4 yards on.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging them under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And for a 2nd straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down back at the 32.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Ravens nothing.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
A loss of 13 yards. It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. Open man is Trey Burton. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Rivers pass.
Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still 2nd quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Ben Roethlisberger is sacked.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. He dumps it down to Ingram. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be taken at the 13. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people were worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly.
It's caught at the 10. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
7 yards. 1st down, Dallas.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Final play of the half, Rivers. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly and abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Rivers on the money, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Complete to Amari.
Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run with Ingram. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
This pass into the arms of Snead. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Baltimore Ravens.
That one goes for 24 yards.
At the 41.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 55 months.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
And this carries into the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
On play action, Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So a tough road here on 2nd and very long.
Now Rivers, complete. Richardson has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Richardson. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rivers. It got his man complete. And he's going to be out up. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll get 34 yards there.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. They go screen. This is Ingram. That catch good for only a couple.
Mark Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This will be caught by Brown.
That's good.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. This will be caught once again by Brown. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A gain of 3.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Jalen Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10.
Do what we do.
Will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.